أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. His Highness قائد ملت اسلامیہ حضرت علامہ مولانا حافظ خادم حسین رضوی صاحب, honorable guest, excellence, gentlemen, I feel honored to represent myself as a member of Tehreek Lebik Yarasul Central Council Committee. At this forum, we have chance to discuss the global welfare activity created by Tehreek Lebik Yarasul in different parts of the world. Presently, the Muslims world is in precarious condition. Muslims are being mercilessly humiliated, looted, displaced, butchered everywhere in the world. Look at Syria. Millions of people have been massacred and displaced. These displaced Syrians are living here and there in utter inhuman condition. Iraq, millions of people have been butchered, their homes demolished, and they are forcibly displaced. In Yemen, it is burning in civil war. The civil war is imposed by proxy militias controlled by external actors. Due to this civil war, thousands of Yemenis are dying due to hunger and lack of medicines. Libya, peaceful Libya, is tattered into small regions. These regions are controlled by different proxy militias, which are fighting with each other. Due to this civil war, thousands of men, women, children are fleeing to safe haven by crossing Mediterranean Sea in small boats. These boats are sunk or forcefully sunk. Hundreds of men, women, children have been drawn and dead to death. Afghanistan, since 40 years, they are warring for freedom. Millions have died by frequent carpet bombing every home. Their homes are demolished. People are living in utter inhuman conditions. Palestine, the sacred land of Palestine, is under the clutches of Israel. The Jews are expanding their territory by constructing new settlements on Palestinian land. By these new settlements, Israel is committing ethnic cleansing of original Palestine. UN has passed several resolutions to stop this activity, but Israel is indifferent to these resolutions because of the US veto. In the UNS is always in the favor of Israel. Now, at the end, Kashmir. The people of Indian occupied Kashmir are fighting for freedom from the clutches of fascist Indian forces since 70 years. Thousands have been picked from their home by these fascist forces and killed. Whenever they demonstrate for their rights, these fascist forces open straight fires for injuring and killing peaceful peoples. Nowadays, to distribute peaceful demonstrations, they use pellet guns. The pellet guns the bullets used in the pellet guns are made of rubber, and what happens? They injure the eyes of the protesters, and ultimately they become blind. Recently, they have been deprived of their limited autonomy by abolishing Article 370. They are locked in homes by imposing curfew since last 85 days. By fascist Modi and his cronies. Dear brothers, these tragic events that infect the history of 21st century is being written by the blood of the Muslim. You listen again what I am saying. These tragic events which I have just discussed, the history of 21st century is being written by the blood of Muslims flowing everywhere. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, oh my Muslim brothers. When you will wake up? You see what is happening in the world. Everywhere the bleeding posts. You can see everywhere the Muslims are injured. They are killed, they are butchered. What we are doing? Nothing. No doubt, this tragic situation of Muslim world is due to the Western forces and their cronies among us. Dear brothers, by annexing occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the fascist Modi has given a clear-cut message to the Pakistani and the entire world that the occupied Jammu Kashmir is no longer at a disputed territory. Is no longer a disputed territory, but it is an integral part of an India. On the contrary, Imran Khan's government has totally failed to put any effective diplomatic pressure on India. In September 19, at UNSR, the Pakistan government was even failed to garner the required vote and support to table any resolution. It's very shameful. Mr. PM, you must resign for this shameful act. Diplomatic failure in garnering an effective action from the international forums and world's power. Mr. PM, the fighting for the freedom is not a terrorism. Fighting what Kashmiris are doing. They are fighting for their freedom. It is not a terrorism. My brothers, to fight this situation, we have to stand ourselves united and declare jihad. What to declare? Jihad. Al-jihad, al-jihad. Labbaik, labbaik. Al-jihad, al-jihad. Labbaik, labbaik. Ya Rasulallah, labbaik. 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 Labbaik, labbaik. Under these depressing conditions, by the grace of Almighty Allah, a Masiha has emerged in the personality of Qaid-e-Millat Hazrat Allama Khadim Hussain Razavi. His arguments are so simple, logic and realistic and energetic that no one can deny. His thoughts are solace to Muslims, Ummah. Under his leadership, the Muslims from all over the world are gathering, and on one day it will become a firewall against all fitnas, inshallah. Besides this, Qaid-e-Millat Islamiyya Hazrat Allama Khadim Hussain Razavi is also very concerned about that dilemma with the Muslim in general, are particularly displaced Muslims are facing. He usually quotes the saying of our Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which means Muslim Ummah is like a body. The total Muslim Ummah, wherever they reside, either in Syria or in Kashmir, in Pakistan, in Libya, in Palestine, in any part of the world, Muslim Ummah is like a body. Pain in any organ is the pain of entire body. Dear brothers, our leader, Qaid Millat Islamiyya, feels very restless about the deploring condition of the affected peoples and usually urge his followers to help the needy peoples. Due to his motivation, I and my team have visited Iraq, Yemen, Turkey, Syria several times to help the displaced men, women and children. The experience of the eye, since I am the eyewitness, condition of these people are so mind and heart-blowing that no eye on hearing is left without tear. You can understand how risky are the conditions there. These areas are so dangerous that even UN, Red Cross and US military cannot go there. Once I was in the hotel, there was a BBC reporter, she was a lady. I was going to Mosul. I said, you may come with me. What she said? She said, oh Mr. Bilal, don't go there. It's life risk. What I said? I said, Madam, I came here just for this purpose. I have to go. Rather you come with me or not. And Alhamdulillah, I visited the Mosul on the day when the bombardment was on and the earth was shaking. Earth was shaking and I was there. Alhamdulillah. The reflection of this welfare, but it's time over now I think, but I will inshallah make it very smaller and tiny to describe it. The reflection of these welfare activities which are done till today, I will give you the numerical values of this welfare job done by Tehreek Lebik Yarasulullah. We have spent 13 million rupees in distributing life-saving medicines. Life-saving medicines. Spent 17.5 million rupees for surgery and hospitalization. Spent 40 million rupees in distributing blankets and garments and winter clothing. Spent 30 million in distributing foodstuffs and drinking water. Since in only Syria, there are 3 lakhs people, patients of dialysis. They have to weekly thrice or twice dialysis system they have to adopt. So we have spent 50 millions in this cause, and the rest 15 millions to get release the old families from so-called Daesh, because they don't allow to migrate the families until and unless one member pay $100 to escape. If there are 5 members in the family, they have to pay $500 to these enemies in order to get escape from the area. We have done in a very little, what we have done is very little. We have to do more and more. And under the banner of Tehreek Lebik Yarasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we will continue to do so, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan.